So today we're going to talk about the 9 ways you can boost your stress tolerance, your ability to tolerate stress and cope with life. If you get highly irritable when you're behind a slow driver, this video is for you. If you work at a daycare center and you're around small children all day long for over 8 hours, this video is for you. But before I get started, I want you to note down below in the comment section, how would you rate your stress tolerance right now? Is it high, medium, low? Make a note down below. All right, number 1, increase your sleep. If you're not sleeping through the night and waking up feeling refreshed, you're not going to have a lot of patience. You're going to have a short fuse and you're going to be highly irritable. Now, there's many things you can do to improve sleep. Probably the biggest thing is to avoid blue light or blue LED light from this thing before you go to bed, or your computer, or your tablets, because that suppresses melatonin between 1 and 3 hours. There's many other things. I put a link down below of additional things that you can do, but you need more sleep. If you haven't watched my other videos on taking B1 for stress, you're in for a treat, because taking nutritional yeast, which is one of the best sources of B1 and other B vitamins, will give you instant relief from stress within minutes. You're going to feel a sense of relaxation. You're going to be able to tolerate stress a lot better. I remember in my clinic, I had a husband and wife that were fighting, and I put them in separate rooms, and I went in there and I gave them some nutritional yeast, and within about 10 minutes, they're in communication, they're holding hands, and they no longer were fighting. So it really works. Number 3, low carbs. Now, I wish I would have known this a long time ago, because personally, I had a blood sugar problem so bad, up and down, and I had a very low tolerance to stress coming from a low blood sugar situation. So going a low carb will fix your blood sugars and stabilize your mood and your tolerance for stress, especially in the morning when you wake up. You may not realize this, but if you feel better when you eat, as far as your mood and your stress tolerance, that means you have a blood sugar issue. If you find that you can't wake up in the morning because you're groggy, that means you have a blood sugar issue. Do the low carb diet. I put a link down below of how to do that. All right, number 4, which should be number 1. Avoid the news, especially bad news, because it's usually false or fake news. The problem with the news is it keeps you in the state of fear, keeps you in the state of stress. You can get physically sick when you're in this fear mode, and it's definitely going to affect your sleep, and it's definitely going to keep you with a very low tolerance to stress. All right, number 5, exercise will increase oxygen. It will also help you counter stress. We can never get rid of stress, but we can do things to remove stress from our body, and exercise is a real good way to do it. On the days that I don't exercise, my sleep is not as good, and my tolerance for stress is definitely not as high on the days that I do exercise. All right, number 6, magnesium. It's a natural physiological tranquilizer. It actually can help you deal with stress. If you consume at least 7 cups of vegetables per day, like a huge salad, that can give you enough magnesium. What's interesting too is spring water, like Pellegrino or mineral water, is loaded with magnesium. And so if you drink that water all day long, you would get, several hundred milligrams of magnesium. And it's the type of magnesium that is very bioavailable. Number 7, vitamin D, especially if you can get it from the sun. But if you're consuming cod liver oil or fatty fish or getting it from the sun, vitamin D typically will help decrease depression and anxiety and reduce stress, and also help you get into the deeper delta wave circadian waves of sleep. All right, number 8, ketones. When you go on a ketogenic diet, combining healthy ketosis with intermittent fasting, a lot of positive things will happen. One being an elevation of your emotions, your mood. You'll actually feel a lot more up than down, and you'll be able to tolerate stress much better. And your cells actually tolerate stress. You have more stress resistance Last thing, change your environment. Get out in nature. Now, I've had patients go on a vacation, go off their eating plan, and actually lose weight simply because of this change of environment. Getting away from certain stressful people, getting in a new environment. I like getting out in nature, can greatly increase your stress tolerance. All right, there you have it, the 9 ways to boost your stress tolerance. But if you haven't already rated your stress tolerance down below, please do that before you leave. Thanks for watching. Before you go, if you have a question about a product, or you're new to keto and you want to know how to begin keto, or you're on keto and you need a debug because it's not going as smooth, I have a keto consultant standing by to help you. This is just for the people in the US. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to answer everyone's call. But I put the number down below so you can call and get some help.